Welcome to the caboose life. I'm here with my cabooses, the caboose, and I'm getting ready to go for a hike up my mountain. It's a beautiful day, very spring-like, so it's going to be a lovely day for a hike. A little mushy, but it's what happens when you melt all your snow. So here we go. We're going to go that direction and go up to the top of that mountain. Well, I'm up here on top of the mountain here at the St. Michael the Archangel Shrine. It is lovely up here. Nice little breeze going on. Just feels like I'm up on top of the world. And it is the top of my world, I must say. Looking down that way is Short Creek, and looking this direction is the general direction of Caneyville. So, down the mountain I go. Well, I'm making my way down the mountain. I was way up there somewhere, and I'm taking this little middle trail that goes down a little steeper angle. And I can hear the spring that comes out of the mountain. It's over that direction somewhere. We'll see how close I get to it. But it is beautiful here on the mountain. Welcome aboard the Mary Pat, my L&N bay window caboose. Just enjoying the peace and quiet as the day draws to an end. This is just a nice little space to enjoy peace and quiet. And hopefully, in a few weeks, we will have electric in here. And work can begin on fancying the little caboose up. Can hopefully see my beautiful mountain on the horizon out there. I've been listening to the P&L trains as they've been pulling in and out of Caneyville this evening. It's wonderful to hear them from the cabooses. And I hear one now. We will catch up with you soon. Yep, you can hear the P&L train. I'm now outside of the Mary Pat. Such a lovely evening. Oh, lots of happy birds. And the sun is about to set, I would say. Can't get much better than this. Can hear geese up here above the caboose. They're up there somewhere. A sign of spring when the geese return. They'll probably go down to visit the lake down there, I would say. Hello, welcome to the caboose. I'm going to answer a question for you all today that was asked of me. Several people have asked, Father, why didn't you just bring the Mary Pat to Caneyville on the P&L Railroad like you did the other one? Well, quite simple. The wheel bearings on this caboose are the old school friction bearings and legally cannot run on commercial railroads today unless you get very special permission. And I felt like I wouldn't be able to get that. So that's when we had to move the Mary Pat from Louisville on truck. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to come down here because I was feeling of this yesterday and realized I can still get these open. So we're going to come down here to the journal boxes and open it up. And you can see the bearing piece down here. And I got my hands on that there, and it's still kind of gross with lubricant on it, a little bit still left on there. And so what they would do is, they would put lubricant in there to keep that moving freely so the train can move easily. And the problem is, when your lubricant runs out, your bearing can overheat, and then you have what you call a hot box, which means your bearing gets hot and it could melt and come apart, which would then cause a derailment. And so, say if you were on the caboose and you were in the cupola, like that caboose has, or if you were in the bay window area, like the Mary Pat has, if you saw smoke coming off the wheels, you would signal the engineer to stop the train, or you would take control of the train brakes from the caboose itself and stop the train, and then you would come down here, and they had these special pieces of, it's kind of like a soap, that they would rub on the bearings to cool them down, and then they would put more lubricant in there. And so most trains today have roller bearings, so that's no longer an issue. But I've been told that the computer track detectors along the tracks do not detect friction bearings. But regardless, this car could not, neither one of these cars could legally operate on a Class 1 or Class 2 railroad without getting permission of some kind. So that's how that works. That's your caboose lesson, train car lesson for today. So, yeah. And the other cool thing is, both of my caboose, their wheel trucks are not the original. So my L&N bay window caboose, it has two different sets of trucks. One of them is NC and St. L, and the other is L&N, but neither one are caboose trucks. They were probably boxcar trucks of some kind. So this caboose was built in the Louisville shops, so if it needed repairs, they would just grab whatever they had to fix it with. And then my Illinois Central caboose, the Nana's Rest, it does not have its original trucks either. And there's some type of boxcar truck. But I found out that the P&L Railroad, Paducah and Louisville, when they were formed, they changed out all of their cabooses trucks for whatever reason, and put the boxcar trucks under them. And that's how you can tell if an extended porch caboose was on the P&L or not, because usually it would not have caboose trucks under it. So that's your caboose and freight car lesson for today. What did you say she was, Sydney? What did you say, Sydney?
She's going to walk home. How am I going to walk home when you're going to slice my leg? Say Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. You are crazy!
We just had afternoon tea, and I think they're all wired.
It was only tea. There was nothing else in the cup.
That's what she said. There you go. We will see the caboose later. This is what we do in the caboose life.
This is not unsafe. I mean, it's got this whatever thing on it.
Says here in fine print.